Yo, welcome to another episode of A Chapter a Day to Keep the Devil Away. I'm Tanaya Shea, and this is the place where we read a chapter of the Bible a day until we finish the whole thing. We are going to be reading Genesis chapter 13 today. Quick takeaway from yesterday. Sometimes you're going to have questions that you don't have answers to, and it's okay. Getting into the questions, and also I would challenge you to be okay with the fact that sometimes there just aren't clear answers for those questions. But questions are good. It means that we're thinking. It means that it matters. It means that we want to seek truth. And so, yeah, keep asking questions.
Where? Who? You been where? Where?
All right, Genesis 13. Abram and Lot separate. So Abram left Egypt and traveled north into the Negev, along with his wife and Lot, and all that they owned. Abram was very rich in livestock, silver, and gold. From the Negev, they continued traveling by stages toward Bethel, and they pitched their tents between Bethel and Ai, where they had camped before. This was the same place where Abram had built the altar, and there he worshipped the Lord again. Lot, who was traveling with Abram, had also become very wealthy with flocks of sheep, goats, herds of cattle, and many tents. But the land could not support both Abram and Lot, with all their flocks and herds living so close together. So disputes broke out between the herdsmen of Abram and Lot. At that time, Canaanites and Perizzites were also living in the land. Finally, Abram said to Lot, "Let's not allow this conflict to come between us or our herdsmen. After all, we are close relatives. The whole countryside is open to you. Take your choice of any section of the land you want, and we will separate. If you want the land to the left, then I'll take the land on the right. If you prefer the land on the right, then I'll go to the left."
To the left, to the left.
Lot took a long look at the fertile plains of the Jordan Valley in the direction of Zoar. The whole area was well watered everywhere, like the garden of the Lord, or the beautiful land of Egypt. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot chose for himself the whole Jordan Valley to the east of them. He went there with his flocks and servants and parted company with his uncle Abram. So Abram settled in the land of Canaan, and Lot moved his tents to a place near Sodom and settled among the cities of the plain. But the people of this area were extremely wicked and constantly sinned against the Lord. After Lot had gone, the Lord said to Abram, "Look as far as you can see in every direction, north and south, east and west. I am giving all this land as far as you can see to you and your descendants as a permanent possession. And I will give you so many descendants that, like the dust of the earth, they cannot be counted. Go and walk through the land in every direction, for I am giving it to you." So Abram moved his camp to Hebron and settled near the oak grove belonging to Mamre. There he built another altar to the Lord. So the takeaway from today would be, I feel like there's a lot of humility and care that Abram shows or exemplifies by his willingness to give Lot the first option in choosing the land when they split off. I also think that there's a lot of security in who he is and who God has called him to be and what God has called him to and the promises that God has made to him. And I feel like that's something that we can hold on to. We may not have been, promised this huge legacy or, tons of acres of land or whatever, or, a whole nation. But my friend wrote it best. He has this beautiful song called Great Love. And he says, "There's a gentle peace in my soul because I know of your love for me." And later in the song, he also says, "There's a sigh of relief when you're near me because I know you care for me." And I think there's a security, a peace, a contentment that comes from knowing whose and who we are. And I hope that that's something that you can hold on to, that's something, an assurance that you can chase after. Knowing who you are and whose you are is really important. And I think those are the two most important questions that we can ask ourselves. Who are we And whose are we? Who were we made by? Where did we come from?
Where?
And that can change our life. So, yeah, chase that contentment, chase that security, because I think that it is life-changing. I think it is honey to our lips.
All stories have an ending, you know.
Oh, bother.
I think it is the greatest thing that we could ever know, who we are and whose we are. All right, love y'all. Peace.